Hi guys, and welcome to the Yap Lab. We are back. We got some fun ones today, some hot takes and spiciness around self-care. It's literally the end of September. It's almost October.
Halloween, baby.
I don't know why you would say Halloween because you haven't celebrated it in like 6 years.
It's for children.
Yeah, he's waiting to have kids to celebrate that. I'm like, can we not celebrate it this year? And he's like, nope.
Yeah. We're good. We'll hand out candy.
No, we don't even do that.
Nobody
shut all the lights
comes
off.
to the door.
Yeah, we don't do that.
They're scared. That'll be a hot take I have in October. I'll save that one for Halloweeny time.
Yeah, he has a lot of Halloweeny hot takes.
Yep.
Okay, who wants to go started? Should we rock, paper, scissors, shoot?
Sure.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, you want to go?
No,
Okay,
you go first.
Oh, you want me to go? Okay.
Yeah. I won. But for those who can't see, I won.
My hot take for today is that it is honestly okay to care what people think, and you should care what other people think.
Oof.
Yeah, I basically was taking this off of our soft generation of Gen Zers being like, you shouldn't care what people think, like blah, 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 blah. And like, listen, I know there's a lot of trauma around parents and grandparents being like always concerned of what other people think. What are your neighbors going to think? What are your aunt and uncle going to think? What are people in your life going to think? People not in your life going to think? I wanted to bring this one up because I think that a lot of people in this day and age don't care. And I think that they don't care what other people think enough, and they should. Like, honestly, I think that if you didn't care what other people think, you're going to show up to the store in your pajamas, and you're going to show up to a party wearing your pajamas. You're going to show up in public, not with no hair combed or teeth brushed. Like, I think it's important to care what other people think, even if it's like, you know, something so superficial like combing your hair and putting makeup on and getting ready for the day. Like, that is still caring what other people think. Like, you don't want to walk into the world because you don't want people to think, oh, like, you know, she doesn't have her life together because she showed up in her pajamas and no makeup, like on a, you know, to a party. It's like, people need to care what other people think. It's kind of just natural human nature to care what other people think, and people are trying to go against that right now, being like, who cares what people think? Who cares what they think? Listen, I am the biggest who cares advocate, but when it comes to whatever people think, I think a lot of people are straying away for that. I think that people should care what people think.
You think that they're straying too far to the point where it's detrimental to both their self-care?
Yeah, it's like...
And honestly, probably even maybe some of the choices that they make in life.
Yes. I go to stores and I'm like, what is that person wearing? We were in the airport the other day. Remember that guy who had like, I don't know what he was wearing, but he was carrying this thing behind him and it was literally making animal sounds.
Oh, God.
That was insane. And I was like,
like a speaker thing on a
carabiner.
On a carabiner on his like belt loop. And he was just like weirdly walking around the airport, not normal walking. He was purposefully doing something strange, back and forth pacing with like farm animal noises coming out of this speaker over and over for...
It was like 7 a.m.
It was way too early for whatever was going on. It was a really strange experience, but this person probably doesn't even have enough social or spatial awareness to even realize that like people think this guy's probably a weirdo.
Well, and I just am like, so when I saw that, I'm like, society is too far gone. There are no laws, like not even laws, like there's just zero social consideration and thought that goes into things like this when people walk around and do shit like that. I'm like, you need to care what people think a little bit more. And that's kind of what I mean by this is like, it's human nature to care what other people think. And it's obviously like there's a healthy and unhealthy way to live about like caring what people think. I think that the healthy way is to care enough to, you know, get yourself ready in the morning, be successful at your job, be successful in your relationships, like, you know, push yourself to be healthy and things like that. But like, obviously, the unhealthy version of it is constantly having anxiety of what other people think.
Or
like
constantly judging yourself, based on like,
yeah.
social media or what you're seeing. And
Exactly.
Stuff like that.
So I wanted to bring both ends of the spectrum here, is trying to find a healthy balance. I think our society has kind of gone the other way, where there's people like that who just literally don't care. And then there's people that are super incredibly anxious, and it's like, okay, who cares? I think that the most important thing is to find the healthy medium here of still caring what people have to think about you, because I think that you can truly succeed by caring and using it as a tool for yourself. A lot of people will succeed their business by thinking, okay, what will they think? What will people think? What will consumers of this, business think? And they'll tailor their business to attract their users. That's a perfect example of actually like having a healthy boundary with what people think. That's all I really had to say on it. I'm just like, I feel like society has gone both ends of the spectrum. It's like, okay, let's come back into the middle, still care what people think.
Right.
And stop showing up to the grocery store in your sweatpants.
Yeah. When you should be dressed.
When you should be dressed and not wearing a freaking carabiner with cow making noises. Like, come on, man.
Right. I sort of agree with you, but I also kind of disagree.
Okay.
So, it's a good one to bring up. I'm going to say that my take on this topic is this, and I took this a little bit from the boy Alex Hormozy. I follow a lot of his stuff, but one thing that he kind of reiterates, and maybe he doesn't say this exactly, but it's something that I think is very true. You should never care about what people think, and if that person is somebody that you wouldn't want to be, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good way.
That's a very probably long-winded sentence, but it's the same thing as like, you should never feel judged by somebody that you don't want to be. Mm-hmm. If your broke friends are telling you how to get rich, why the fuck are you listening? Like they obviously don't know how to do it. And to expand on that, it's the same thing. If it's some random at the grocery store, honestly, and you don't care what they think, I don't care. Wear your pajamas. I don't give a shit. But when it comes to like maybe upper management at work, you probably do care what they think, because that's something or somebody that you may strive to be. You should care what they think, 100%. Mm-hmm. You should actually dress to impress, look good, feel good, play good, and you should care what those people think, and those kinds of people think. A Joe Schmo at the street, or the guy with the cowbell, or whatever the fuck at the airport, I don't care what that guy thinks of me. I don't give a damn what he thinks of me. And he shouldn't care what I think if it means that he doesn't want to be anything like me. That's fine. I can live with that. That's no problem. He's not choosing choices that would make him anywhere close to me, but if that's not what he strives to be one day, then, more power to you. I see what you're saying from like a self-care standpoint, like constantly going out and being sloppy in public or making poor decisions because I don't care what anybody thinks. It's like, no, at some point that's going to backfire, absolutely. You're not going to be able to achieve the things that you probably want to achieve if you're constantly not giving a shit about yourself. You can't not care so much about what other people think of you that you lose care in yourself. That's the problem. You have to still care for yourself no matter what. If caring for yourself means having a speaker strapped to you with cow noises, then great. If that's what you want to be if you want to be a farm animal when you grow up, then
if you want to be a backyardigans.
Yeah, if you want to be sure, yeah. And maybe this guy's practicing because he's a zoologist. I have no fucking idea.
That
I
guy
don't
did
know.
not look like a zoologist. I'll tell you that.
Didn't. No, he looked like he was on meth. But either way, that's my take on it. I think that's kind of the route that you were trying to go with it for sure.
Well, and I think that's a fantastic way to put it. It's a much nicer way than the way I put it. I mean, this is actually, you brought up such a great point. It's like you want to dress nicely because you want to impress certain people in your life that you look up to or you want to be eventually in life. And it's like, okay, I think that Americans in general also get a bad stereotype when they go to places like Italy or, travel abroad and they're wearing sweatpants in the grocery store or, things like that. It's like, look good, feel good, be good.
Play good.
Play good, whatever
That's
it
the
was.
saying,
Yeah,
yeah.
the saying was really great because it's like, if you're not looking good or you're not putting your best foot forward, you're not going to feel good. I work from home 5 days a week. I literally have to get ready every single morning with some sort of outfit and some sort of like skincare routine done and some sort of outfit that's not pajamas. Unless I have like 5 a.m. meetings, that's just literally not going to happen. But
Sure.
I always have to get ready every single day, even though I'm sitting in my house. Like, I'm not leaving my house because if I don't look good or feel good, I'm not going to play good. I'm not going to work well. I'm going to be tired AF all day. Like,
Right.
that's kind of where I was trying to get with this is like, you should care what people think about you because honestly, it's going to reflect on you.
I've had people come in at work and interview with our company and they look like shit. And the first thing I said was no, I don't want to. Unless, actually, I'll actually pull back. There's never been somebody that came in to interview that looked like dog shit that impressed me.
Yeah.
And I didn't sit there and judge them based on looks at all. I waited until the interview was done and I said my piece. And every time it seems to correlate. It correlates well. They came in sloppy with bedhead.
Yeah.
And they look like they just woke up. It's like the interview was at 10 a.m., dude.
Right.
Like you are not ready for this and you don't want this that bad.
Right.
You know? So never had anybody come in and try to not impress us, only to impress us. You know, that doesn't make sense. So,
Exactly. That's all I had on that one. So, okay,
Yeah.
you're up next.
okay. Let's see. What do I got here? I'm going to get into the self-help realm. Every self-help book in the world is the same, and not every word is worth it.
Okay.
What do you think of this? I'll have you start off. What do you think of this before I dive in?
Okay, to be honest, I read a lot, but I don't read a lot of self-help because I think they're boring as fuck. But
They are.
that's just me.
They are.
I personally feel like self-help books pretty much say all of the like most obvious things that you could ever think. I personally don't think that they've helped me. I would say that the things that help me more are not self-help books. I think self-help books all have the same moral of the story and they break everything down for like a kindergartner or a toddler. And it's like, oh yeah, like that makes sense. I pretty much already knew that, but thanks for saying that again. And now I'm like really obsessed with you. A big self-helper that I do like is Mel Robbins. But you know what? I think that hers are, I read a little bit of the 5-second theory and like, honestly, the fact that there's a whole book about that is wild. It's pretty straightforward. It's
Sure.
literally 5-second theory. Does she give great examples? Yes. Is she a fantastic self-help writer? Yes. But like you said, they're pretty much all the same. So
Yeah. Not every word in that book is needed to get the point.
yeah, but you know what? Here's what I will give to her is like maybe for you and me it doesn't hit that hard, but maybe it hits someone who just started a business and they're like, holy shit, I needed that, or I needed it to be like broken down to me in super simple terms. I don't know. I just don't think I'm the right target audience for them because I feel like a lot of them are like really, really simple and really, really straightforward to me.
Right.
I also think they're really boring, but
Yeah, I think that as I've kind of explored a lot of this genre, I've come to find that a lot of the most famous ones, the ones that you hear about all the time, maybe people at your company have read them or trying to get you to read them. You know, your Dale Carnegie's or, you know, your 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, you know, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, even the finance ones. I mean, I've read a lot of these.
you've read a lot of self-help books.
Yeah, and what I'm coming to realize, which I don't know why, because I've heard this a million times as well, is none of it is really that applicable if you're not going to practice it.
Yep.
At all. And to top it off, I feel like a lot of it is like stuff that your mom and dad teaches you or whoever raised you, and they just say it in like 1,000 or thousands of words.
Yeah.
It's the same principle. It's the same values. It's the same ideas. Everybody just found a way to say it a little bit differently or pull from a different source. And at the end of the day, you're getting basically the same thing that your responsible mom and dad taught you. They're just saying it in a 50,000 word essay. You know, every time I read one of these, I feel like, you know how like growing up in English class, they give you like a shitty topic and they're
Yeah.
like, but this essay must be 2,000 words. And you're like, oh my God, like, how am I going to get to 2,000 words? because it's the stupidest topic and there's nothing to expand on.
Right.
That's exactly how I feel about every single one of these. I think that you can skim. You could read one of these in a day and skim through the damn thing and be like, yep, I get the gist. I think you're better off practicing some of the things that you skimmed and learned and then picking it back up a second, third, fourth, fifth time, maybe doing some highlighting of a section, but to never spend, like, because I'm not a fast reader at all. I really read slow, to be honest. It's kind of embarrassing, but it'll take me like weeks. You know, it's going to take me days and days, if not weeks, to get through a full 200 or 300 page book.
Right.
And at the end of the day, if I would just like skim it in an hour and then go and practice some of these things and maybe apply it and try and pick that back up, like, I'm not ever going to spend that time that I sat down reading it. I'm going to spend less time and get the gist. And nothing has ever been as good as just getting out there and practicing. At the end of the day, if somebody wants to get in shape and you go and do all this research about how to lift or run or work out or how to diet, and then you read book after book after book, like, have you gotten any thinner or any stronger at this point? Like, no, you haven't done anything. If you want to get stronger or lose weight or whatever your goals physically might be, you need to go to the gym and try and fail and try and fail and try and have volume and actually figure out how to make it work. You want to lose weight? Quit eating so much. Don't read a book about how to not eat as much. Like,
yeah, trial by error rather than just reading about it.
Yeah, I'm not in any way saying that what they're teaching in these books or the practice is easy. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm just saying that reading 75 books about how to purchase real estate doesn't help if you don't go out and buy a property.
He's talking about himself.
Sort of. Not 75, but I've read 4 to 5 books on it. We have a property.
Yeah, we have multiple properties, but that's because we went out and did it. And I was tired of you reading these stupid books. I'm like, literally just go buy it.
Yep.
It's fine.
I do know that it helped as far as like sort of knowing what to do at the time, but I still asked a ton of questions.
Yeah.
And I still got way more knowledge and from the practice of actually doing it. So
yeah, at
the end of the day, you know, we have a bookshelf in our house. It's over here. Can't see it, but we have literally tons and tons of self-help books. I've read them all.
He's read literally
I think I'm done.
all of them.
I think I'm done. I'm going to boycott. And at the end of the day, half the time, you know, you start reading about these authors and stuff. It's like, this guy's already he's worth $100 million. And I went and bought his book. What the fuck am I doing? He has YouTube.
Cashing out.
Yeah, he has all the knowledge of this book is on YouTube for free. Like,
yeah.
He just made more money off me by convincing me to go get his book. So his or her, excuse me. So I don't know. I think I'm over it. Look good, feel good, play good.
Yep. You got to do it yourself. It's not going to be self-help if you don't help yourself. Like, seriously, you have to do it yourself. I mean, I think a few here and there are fine, but honestly, like, I think they're kind of pointless. I'm reading one right now, and I'm like, every time I go to the book, I'm like, I'm just dreading reading it because I would rather just go back to my Kindle and read all my fun books. I don't really want to read
fantasy.
Yeah. Fantasy, fiction, I'm not really a fantasy girl. I'm a romantic comedy girl. Like, what?
My bad.
Okay, my last one today is travel vlogging and travel vloggers and TikTokers literally ruin traveling for everyone else.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm so over it. There's so many parts to this hot take. So I want to start with part 1. This is not new. This has been happening for so long, ever since YouTube was pretty much born, right? I mean, there's been the OG travel vloggers all the way through TikTokers who now travel and people who like legitimately quit their jobs and like work remotely and travel and whatever. I think that the beauty of traveling is kind of lost because of this whole concept of travel vlogging and travel vloggers. I know there's a lot of people that would like to fight me on this because, you know, this is how they found cool restaurants or bars or places that they would have never even gone in the world without seeing all this on videos and stuff like that. And I do get that point of it, but I want to say that it traditionally has ruined traveling for me at least, and I would say for most people, because I think that these kind of videos and these kind of people pretty much put on the internet some sort of comparison and basically it's putting you all in this like delusional world that you can quit your jobs and you can go travel the world and you can see all these cool places, and it's so hard to do that. one. Two, nothing is a mystery when you can go on TikTok and look up, what do I do in Montenegro? You know, if we're going to Montenegro, I can literally put a whole itinerary together based on all these travel vloggers. But you know what I mean? Like, it's lost the beauty of travel. Like, we're not going to stumble upon certain streets because literally when we went to Spain last year, I was like, oh my God, I saw that in the video, you know, or, oh, we're trying this TikTok restaurant I saw, or things like that. And it's like, okay, you've kind of lost the art of travel. Like, it's not the mystery of travel. Like, it's a double-edged sword, right? It's like, okay, I would have never gone to this country because of this, but then also, like, I think these travel vloggers make it look so glorified, and they have a totally different experience. A lot of the times they're getting sponsored, so a lot of these things are free for them, and it's just not special anymore. And then the second part of this that I wanted to kind of put out there as, you know, a closing to this hot take is that travel vloggers and TikTokers and stuff like that, like I mentioned, it kind of creates this like fake idea of, oh my God, this is what life is like. Okay, life is like that for some people, but realistically, like, a lot of people have to work 9-to-5 jobs, or they have to work. And
you mean this is what life could be like?
Yes.
Yes.
Like,
it's just a false sense of reality.
False sense of reality constantly. Yeah. It's constantly spewing on people's like TikTok feeds or YouTube feeds or whatever. And I think it's so cool to see it, but it's also like, it's kind of toxic in a sense. Like, you're seeing all these people see, you know, go to the mountains of China and like have these beautiful experiences. It's like, okay, yeah, I get 2 weeks of PTO every year. How the fuck am I going to do that? You know?
Sure.
So I don't know. I think it's a double-edged sword, this hot take. I think it's beautiful that a lot of these underrated countries do get some sort of publicity. But I also think that it's kind of ruined travel for some people, because now it's almost like we don't even need to leave our house to see these countries because these people are constantly videoing. And then, and then my last part of this is when you actually go to these countries, how many times have we seen people just like go to these restaurants and they're constantly videoing themselves or videoing themselves eating? Like, they're not even enjoying traveling there.
You and me were at dinner in Spain, I believe, or maybe it was Portugal or something, but we literally look over like tables down, and exactly what you're describing, it was basically some influencer that we had never seen before or didn't recognize.
Probably not
obviously.
even an influencer. It's probably someone online who's not even famous.
Right. And they were basically just on their phone the whole time. I don't even think they were with anybody. I think they were alone, and they're just filming the whole video of dinner, you know, faking reactions to like look cool and stuff. And we both just looked down. I'm like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I'm sorry. That's not real life. Like, that to me is just not real. And so I honestly like resonate heavily with this one because, I mean, there was multiple times when you and I did a lot of research prior to our trips. So like, we've got YouTube videos up on the TV seeing certain places, and then I get there and I'm like, I feel like I've seen this.
Yeah.
Like, video is so high quality now that in technology has allowed us to become so immersed in other people's experiences because of that like I got there and like, yes, I'm experiencing it for myself for the first time, but it's not as special because I've already seen it on TV or whatever. Like, it's just not the same. And for these people that do like somehow find a way to make that their lifetime job, that's a very select few people. So, you know, there's so many people, I would honestly argue, like so many young adults, middle, high school, even early college, that they just get these unbelievably unreal expectations about what life truly is. They see what life can be, and that's great. I think that having hopes and dreams like that is great, and if it's something you want to go for it, but just understand you better have a plan B, because the odds of that working out and catching on is a lot of the time it's kind of outside of your control. Like, becoming famous socially is not necessarily all about you. It's kind of just what clicks. So
yeah, no, I agree. I just think this is one that needs to be talked about as a hot take, because I'm like, listen, like, we love to travel, but I think we've kind of changed our approach about traveling and looking at videos. Like, he doesn't even look at any TikToks or videos before we go on trips anymore.
I don't have TikTok.
We don't even plan anything anymore before we go on trips, because it's just like, it honestly is like, for me, overwhelming. I think now we've been just showing up to places, and then obviously I'll do a little bit of research to make sure that we get dinner reservations that we definitely want to try, or we've gotten recommendations from people who've been there or whatever.
Or check Google or Yelp or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Get some ideas, but don't have some 3-day or 4-day or 5-day itinerary that was literally built by a TikToker. Like, go experience it and be surprised for yourself.
And not only just that, though, it's like the genuine aspect of it. If you go on TikTok and you see all these people posting it, like there was one bar we went to in Croatia and I was like, yep, looks just like the TikToks. And then we left. And it was like, I mean, your parents just went to Greece. His parents just went to Greece and they were like, yeah, you know that like infamous picture in Santorini? Yeah, there's like 40 people waiting in line to get that picture and it's super fabricated. Like everyone, go, like take your picture. And it's like, that's not traveling. Like that is not enjoying the moment. And unfortunately, because of vloggers and TikTokers and things like that, like it has brought so many people to travel, which is fantastic. But then you have all these people who are traveling and it's all fabricated. Like you have people that are taking all these videos and faking all these reactions and whatever, eating dinner, you know, at a sunset. And it's all just so fake and fabricated. And it's like, I don't know. I think that it's like ruined travel. We've seen so many women literally be like, take photos of me. And her husband will literally be taking a full on fucking photo shoot in front of this beautiful, gorgeous sunset. She's not even looking at the sunset. She's not even enjoying the moment. It's just like insane to me that that's what travel vlogging and travel content has turned into
for minutes on end.
It's
remember
wild.
when we were in Hawaii and that one guy had like a super nice camera. They were dating. They were dating or married. We knew that they were, but she just put on this outfit and basically walked up and down the sidewalk. We sat there and had like multiple drinks and
we're just watching that happen.
Watching them just take photos of this chick over and over. And this poor guy is not in a single photo. So I think it's sad. I don't fuck with that.
Anyways, that's all I have.
Yeah.
What's next?
This is going to end it all. We're going back to sports, baby.
Okay.
For the boys. This one's maybe not the hottest take in the world. I think a lot of people agree with me, but I just feel like it should be talked about more because I'm hoping there will be a change. My hot take is that the real fans at a game or a sporting event are not actually in the crowd. The real fans are at home or in the parking lot, and the people inside the stadium are shareholders or company events or people with a lot of money that are not real fans.
I mean, yeah, I feel like that one's pretty straightforward. If you've even tried to go to a sporting event, they're like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Not really, but
yeah, you know what I mean.
Yes. I am so sad that games and let's just even talk events, right? Concerts and stuff like that. Like it's so unbelievably ridiculous how some of these things, how expensive some of these things have gotten, that it's just taken the fun out of the whole thing for like the real diehard fans. There will be some real diehard fans who have season tickets, who do come every weekend and tailgate. But it's so sad to me that you have to spend an arm and a leg to see your favorite team play. Like, I just think that's ridiculous. Like sports, it's here on the planet to bring people together. Like when playing sports, you learn a lot about yourself. And at the end of the day, to root for your favorite team. Like it's healthy competition. And when you pay over $100 a person, if not definitely more, to even see the field, plus whatever you're going to buy in beer or snacks, or God forbid you get some pizza or a hot dog, and you're spending literally more than you would on a fucking plane ticket to go to a place you've never been to for a week, it's out of hand. It's over the top at this point. You've got sweet boxes that line every stadium with companies and, owners and CEOs and billionaires and millionaires and all these fucking people that may or may not even give a fuck about the game. They probably have money on the game or have some financial stake in what's happening down there. It's just, it's fabricated as well. It's not real. And so I get that there are some people out there that are fans and they can afford the tickets, and that's great. But there's a lot of people that are diehard fans that can't. They physically can't. Perfect example is we were just looking at the Arizona State versus Texas Tech football game. It's coming up here in a couple weeks. Arizona State just became ranked, so they're ranked 25 in the country. And I think Texas Tech was like low teens, 13, 12, or 11 or something like that. So Texas Tech's a great football team. It's going to be a really, really good game. Arizona State has not been the best football team ever for that long. They've been doing really good for the last couple of years. Texas Tech, I think, has surprised a lot of people, and they've won some huge games this year. These are two teams that are not even in the top 10 in the country at a stadium that hasn't always notoriously even hosted top 10 teams in the country. And we couldn't find a ticket today for less than $100 to sit in the fucking rafters. Like, nosebleeds are no more than or no less than $100. And that doesn't include any bullshit fees that you're paying online, taxes, etc. So for you and me to go to the football game that we thought about going to, it would be $250 minimum for us to get tickets. We got to pay for parking. I'm going to get a couple beers. I know I will. And then we got to eat. So we're talking upwards of $400 minimum to go watch a college football game. And it's two teams that are not even in the top 10 of the country. I'm not saying these aren't two great teams. It's going to be a great game. I can't wait to watch it. I'm going to be watching it at home on the TV. I just think it's fucked up. I can't get over it. I literally don't think that, and like we've gone to a couple Cardinals games. We've gone to professional sporting events in the Northwest. I've gone to multiple in California. It's ridiculous. I guess something to think about too is like there's stadiums all over the country, right? And the teams that aren't doing very well, who don't really get a lot of fans to come to the games, those are the cheaper tickets. So I get that you might not be bringing in as much profit and revenue that season because your team is not doing that great. But it's not that that stadium takes any less utilities in cost than the stadium down the street here. They both cost the same to run.
Yeah.
You got to get all the inventory for the beer and the hot dogs, and like it's got to be roughly the same. I'm not saying that it is. It's I'm sure there's some outliers here, but at the end of the day, to go to a game at Arizona State versus Arizona, to run the stadium, it's about the same cost. Mm-hmm. They just feel like making more money because it's a more high demand game. That's it. And one thing to point out too, and that was another reason why I kind of thought of this one, the Phoenix Suns, their owner said he thought it was some of the costs at games were bullshit. So he came up with the value menu at the Suns Stadium, and it has the cheapest food options in the country for any NBA team. And he's the only owner so far to have done that. He sells hot dogs for $2. No other stadium in the country that I've ever heard of sells a $2 hot dog.
Okay, well, that's kind of concerning. It's $2 and it's a hot dog.
Well, eating a hot dog is concerning, so it's fine. But you can get a soda and a hot dog for $2 a piece. It's a good deal. We need some more owners to realize who the real fans are. You know, you think back at like 10 or 15, 20, 30 years ago at some of the famous musicians and stuff. You ever seen that interview with like Nirvana way back in the 90s? Nirvana found out how much the tickets were to their own concert because they have no idea. They don't set the ticket prices. They found out how much the concert tickets were and like literally freaked out. They were like, that's not going to be our real fans. That's just going to be a bunch of rich people in the front row. And they fucking said, no way. The real fans don't get to afford to see these people or these players in real life anymore. So that's all I got.
I agree. I don't really have anything to say to this. I think that it's just, it's applicable to musicians.
100%.
I mean, it's everything. I mean, we literally don't go to concerts anymore, and I refuse to pay for a concert anymore because I'm like, one, I'm in the rafters and it's hundreds of dollars no matter what stadium I'm at. That's just such a waste of money to me. If I'm going to go to a concert, it better be the best damn concert of my life, and I'm going to spend $1,000 a piece because I'm like, first of all, I can't see anything being in the rafters. You're just watching it on a screen.
I'm like,
you can't see anything.
I'm struggling to hear as well.
See, it's like, what's the point? I literally cannot get behind that. So yeah, I mean, this is applicable to musicians, it's all sports. Like, I get it. It's just, these people are so greedy. They're asking for, people who have been lifelong generational fans for these sports. And it's like, it's ridiculous.
Yep.
So anyways,
there's a lot of dads out there that can't afford to take their kid to a game.
Yep.
Even
and
though
that sucks.
they've been a Arizona Cardinals fan for 70 years, I don't know how long the team's been around.
It's because of the freaking greedy guy at the top, and he wants to charge, rafters for 100. Like, I haven't gone to a Seahawks game since I was probably like 5 or 6 because they were terrible when we were in the early 2000s.
Sure.
Like, you were asking, you were like, oh yeah, you've been to a Seahawks game. I have not been to a Seahawks game since I was like 5, because Seahawks games are like hundreds of dollars and they're not even that good anymore. It's just ridiculous.
That's kind of the point I was sort of making too, is like, it shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't matter if they're good or bad. It's ridiculous.
I bet you $1 million if you ask the players or the artist, right?
Yeah.
Who do you want to see? They want fans.
Yeah, they want real fans. And you're not going to get real fans if you're going to charge people hundreds of dollars to sit in the rafters.
They don't want to look out there seeing everybody in the crowd and it's just a bunch of people on their fucking phone.
Yeah.
So they can post for likes and follows that this is where I was.
Yep.
And guess what? I was front row. It's just so obvious that you paid a bunch of money for it, but I'm going, fuck. Fuck
Anyways.
you.
Anyways, that's all we have today. As always, follow us, comment, like, give us all your hot takes. I'm collecting a list of everyone and their hot takes. We'll have a little Q&A here soon. And until next time, thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.